think we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years a pretty significant change in the way buildings are being designed. They're way more energy efficient. They're considering occupant behavior much more, and they're much more health conscious. I know when I was involved with the Canada Green Building Council 5 years ago, we were really striving to see some changes happening then, and now we're really seeing it hit the mainstream. Really seeing building owners that are caring about how much it costs to run the building and how healthy their building is. Yeah, there's a number of features that we're seeing in most green buildings today. Of course, health concerns are always big, so we're seeing a really big movement towards indoor air quality, which inherently actually increases energy consumption, but surprisingly, we're seeing buildings being built today with 35 to 70% less energy use than buildings we saw 5 or 10 years ago. So definitely energy efficiency is a big area for designers today. We're seeing better heating equipment, better cooling equipment, and we're actually seeing occupant control so that people can actually change the behaviors in the buildings. So it's really been an evolution of building design focused much more on people doing the right thing when they're in the building. Originally, we used to design buildings all around what's mathematically correct for the building. Now we're starting to take the human factor into play and saying, how do we make a building more efficient? And we're definitely seeing that in today's new building designs. There's a number of challenges when you're striving to be green. Certainly cost is going to be one of them. It's an area that everyone is most concerned about. What's really interesting about new building design is overall cost is becoming almost as relevant as first-time cost. Still a challenge, it's still going to cost more to build a more efficient building up until the point in time where we completely transform the market where it may cost less. Today's reality is it's going to cost more to be more efficient and to be more green. Long term, it's going to save us a lot. We're seeing improved productivity and we're seeing improved energy efficiency, both of which reduce costs for building owners and building occupants. One of the exciting things about LEED is that it provides a level of understanding of what green actually means. One of the biggest problems that we had before there was a LEED rating system, before LEED became mainstream, was the definition of green. What does it actually mean to be sustainable? With the appropriate level of information and appropriate level of education of industry professionals, we can all now get together and say, yes, this is a green building because of A, B, C, and D. Originally, many years ago, we couldn't say that. It was all over the place. Today, it's sound and secure, and we can actually quantify and educate each other on how to make an even greener building. Green buildings have a bright future ahead. Certainly in Ontario, we have a long-term commitment to energy efficiency. We're looking at a significant reduction in energy use because of conservation. In Ontario, 30 terawatt hours by 2032 is a pretty aggressive goal that the government has set for us. And I think building developers and building architects are starting to understand that energy efficiency is a huge part of where things are going. In Ontario, we have a Save on Energy program that actually helps offset that initial first cost through our Save on Energy high performance new construction program. We actually help designers get paid for doing appropriate green level design and the building owner to actually design a more efficient building in the long run. So we've seen a big movement in that direction. We're going to be supporting that movement. We're also going to be supporting the movement of energy information into people's hands so that they actually see how much energy their building is using, having appropriate codes and standards in place, and then measuring that in the future. So good benchmarks and targets being set are going to be the future of long-term performance of buildings. So I think those two things are pretty essential to where we're going, and it's certainly why the Ontario Power Authority has been a large advocate of building green buildings.